has the Department of Justice talked to Deputy Secretary Feinberg about his ties to Jeffrey Epstein, which are clearly spelled out in the files? It's a very simple question. It's not a trick question. I'm just asking you.
Yeah, I'm stunned that you want to continue talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Epstein
Okay,
instead
I'm
of a border
reclaiming my
patrol
time. I'm
agent
asking
murder.
you not a trick question, a simple question.
Welcome back to Daily Feed. We are diving into what is being called the most explosive hearing in 2026. You are watching a brutal high-stakes showdown between Vermont Representative Becca Balint and Attorney General Pam Bondi over a newly released Jeffrey Epstein files. You know, Balint was demanding to know why the DOJ hasn't questioned top-tier Trump officials, specifically Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick and Deputy Defense Secretary Steve Feinberg, about their names appearing in these documents. But watch closely, because when Bondi deflects by bringing up a slain border agent and then question Balint's own background, the room absolutely erupts. You know, this isn't just a hearing; it's a total breakdown of decorum over some of the most sensitive files in American history. Let's get into the footage.
Okay, so what is clear is we have evidence.
Do you know who Chris Malin is?
We have evidence that 3 senior officials within the Trump administration have ties to Jeffrey Epstein. And what
does ties mean?
I can conclude
What does
from what
ties
you are
mean?
saying that you have not talked to them.
What does ties mean? Can
I
you
think
define
Americans would be shocked to learn that you are not interested in talking with these officials who have ties to Jeffrey Epstein.
What does
across
ties
the
mean?
world,
Can you define that?
across the world,
Can you
prominent
define
men
ties?
who've been exposed in the file.
You know, she has a point. What do you mean with ties? What kind of ties is it, Congresswoman? What kind of ties?
Have resigned their jobs in disgrace, and that's a good first start. And that same
Disgrace is
standard,
not saying the word
this
Chris
same
Malin.
standard should apply here. And Americans want accountability.
Who is Chris Malin?
Was the president
he?
aware? Please stop talking. It is not your time to ask
Who was he?
questions. It is not your time. I'm reclaiming my time, Mr. Chair.
One second.
Time belongs to the gentlelady from Vermont.
Was the president aware of Secretary Lutnick's ties to Epstein when he chose him to lead the Department of Commerce? Was he aware?
Chris Malin was a border patrol agent.
Okay, so
He
I'm
was
going to
shot,
conclude
and
that
she
the president, in
never
fact,
mentioned
did
him
know about his
in
ties
her
because he
district.
was the next door neighbor.
Shame
and-
on you.
Oh, for goodness sakes,
You're
this
from
is
a tiny,
pathetic. This
beautiful
is
state.
pathetic, Mr.
Committee will
Chair.
be in order.
I am not asking trick questions here.
You are.
The
got your
American
5
people
minutes.
have a right to know the answers to this. These are senior officials in the Trump administration. This is not a game, Secretary.
No, it's not.
I'm Attorney General.
My apologies, I couldn't tell.
Oh.
By 2008, we knew that Epstein was a convicted sexual abuser. And we now know that Lutnick went to Epstein's Island in 2012. How was that not a deal breaker for the president? And why aren't you asking questions of the Commerce Secretary about what he saw when he was at the island, which he lied about not ever going to? Why are you not asking these questions? And I see that my time is almost expired, so I will say this.
Game.
Do the right thing, Attorney General. Meet with the survivors. They have been asking for a year. Meet with the survivors. Do the right thing. I yield back.
Gentlelady yields.
You know, this is where the audacity come in. The audacity, the double standard. Listen to this.
Back. The gentleman from South Carolina is recognized for 5 minutes.
May I have 20 seconds of his time?
That'd be up to the gentleman, but
Absolutely, Madam
Thank you. Thank you. I was curious if you, Congresswoman, asked Bill Clinton that.
Oh.
Didn't see one tweet, not one. I didn't see one tweet when Joe Biden was in office about Bill Clinton. Didn't ask Merrick Garland anything about Epstein, not once when he was
Weak sauce. Weak
And
sauce.
also, I want the record to reflect that, you know, with this anti-Semitic culture right now, she voted against a resolution condemning.
Oh,
from the
is
River
Jewish.
Epstein
I just
wanna be
Oh,
clear.
do you want to go there, Attorney
Time
General?
belongs
Or
to
do
the
you
ge-
want to go there? Are
Time
you
belongs to the
serious?
gentleman
Talking
from
about
South
anti-Semitism
Carolina.
to a woman who
Lady-
lost her grandfather in the
I reclaim
Holocaust?
my time. I
Really?
reclaim my time.
Really?
the committee will be in order.
Talk to Jared Wise about anti-Semitism.
The ranking member.
She loses it. You know, I hear the Holocaust UNO card, you know, and Attorney General, she went there ready to fight, you know. But here's the bottom line, you know, the Epstein files continues to be a political weapon that both sides are using to tear each other apart. When you have one one side demanding accountability for Trump officials and the other pointing toward the silence on the Bill Clinton, the victims and survivors are the ones being left behind in this political crossfire. You know, they are using it against each other for their political gain, for their political agenda. They don't really care about the victims of this Epstein files, you know. But we need a win-win solution for the American people, and that means total transparency. We shouldn't have to choose between investigating Team A or Team B. A win-win would be the full, unredacted release of Epstein files, so that every prominent figure involved in is held to the same standard, regardless of their political party. Accountability shouldn't be a partisan game. It should be about justice for the survivor who have been waiting for years. What do you think? Is this about justice, this hearing, or just more political theater? Let me know in the comment. I'm reading every single one. I'm reading all the comments. Don't you forget to like and subscribe this video. I'm out. Peace.